and they'll keep the ball. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
The give to Brown. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Here's Manning to throw. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Right side, it's Smothers. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. And the Longhorns are marching down the field. From the gun, the ground game. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Out wide right, it's Townsend. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Can't get him to the ground. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Manning. Stepping to the right. He's going to run it. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Throws for the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Quarterback changing the play. 3rd down from the gun, Manning. Going for it all. Leaping grab for a big gain. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Still looking for our 1st score of the game as we start the 2nd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A 1st down run in the red zone. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Longhorns! Great job by the back on the option. You want to keep your offense on the field? Wear down the defense? Put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And he made the extra point without problem. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Nowhere to go.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Got room at the 35. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Brought down at the 10-yard line and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. Say it. Rush right in his face. He's sacked. This defense all over him. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Intercepted to stop the threat. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Longhorn. How about this defense taking one back to the house? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense too now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Sanchez. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Throwing, say it. Trying to beat the D deep. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
Might have a chance. The 50, the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. Excellent pass by the back on the option. He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Throwing Manning. Fires to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
The QB had all day to throw the football. That's the good news. The bad news is he couldn't find anybody open and couldn't deliver the ball to him. So let's see if they can get some chemistry going with the wide receiver and quarterback throughout this game.
Drops back. It's Manning. Escapes the pressure going right. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Sayin to throw. Under pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
This time on target. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
On first down from the 13-yard line. In the red area, it's Jackson. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They give it back to him. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Buckeye! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for space. It's Smothers. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it good.
He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
One thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And I love this defense being ready at the end of the half, playing the 2-minute situation beautifully, forcing the turnover here now, a chance to break this tie, get some points. Nice execution by this defense late in the first half.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Sets his feet. It's Sayin. Moves to his right. Throws to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed, and 2 straight incompletions. A big third down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Lined up in the gun on third down, Sayin. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Here comes the Texas offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do.
Got it down the field. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Right side, it's Townsend. Touchdown, Texas! And that one will put them up here in the second half. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Extra point here would tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. Plays like that can just shoot energy through your team. The kickoff return for 89 yards and the score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. Bounced out of bounds at the 38 after that return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Simon. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Arch Madness unloads to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Deadlock here in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Takes a handoff. It's Simon. Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get to third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Texas!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll run him again. He's got enough. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Makes the grab on the big throw. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. and we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Say it. Rolls right. Just gets rid of that one.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Play fake, say it. Buying time to his right. On the run, deep down the right side. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. They get him on the ground, and boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Pull to the ground. When you're dealing with the big tight end, you better get a bunch of hats around the football.
And here's the thing, Reese. These used to be big, slow tight ends. Now these guys are absolute freaks. They're so good. You can split them out wide. You can put them in the formation. They can do so much. And you see after the catch, hard to get to the ground.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on third and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, he's got it. First down and more. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted a fourth down to keep the drive going. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, Manning. Looking left. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Longhorns! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out, and you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They'll They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Play fake, Julian Say it. Rushes on. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Touchdown, long.